The story takes place in the province. It is located in the northeast of Thailand and away from Bangkok. 260 kilometers. This is one of the first-level administrative units. Largest country. Golden Temple. Kwan Salung district is located in the southwest of the province. There are some nature reserves here. Should be surrounded by mountains, forests and rivers and streams. 11 to 1000 snow 100 to BA. In the village number 1 Kwan Salung district, there was a wedding. It's decorated so beautifully and magnificently. The groom's name is Chaturong, 2 years old and a disabled athlete. Bride is Kinchana. 44 years old, is a local beauty salon. You're 15 years apart. We lived together for 3 years before moving into the same house. At the wedding ceremony of Chaturong groom and Kanchana bride, wearing traditional Thai costumes, in the presence of many friends and relatives, both of you are celebrating to officially become married. But no one could have expected that in this jubilant wedding atmosphere, suddenly, a terrible thing happened. Turn your wedding day into an obsession of anyone who has seen the incident. So, what happened on the big day? The greatest of their lives. Is there a conflict between the bride and groom? Make the day fun in minutes. It was a painful day and the worst of those who remain. And you're watching the bloody massacre on your wedding day. The groom killed the bride's entire family on the Real Case channel. And as usual, before following up on the case, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to support us. Thank you very much. To 5/11/2000 no 100 to BA. That day was Saturday. In Thailand, November is in the cold season, so there's less rain and the climate is cool. Early that morning in village number 1, Quang Nam district Nakhon Ratchasima, the Chaturong groom began to lead the wedding party to pick up the bride Kanchana in Quang Sa district leprosy home. After the reception is over, according to local customs, there is also a religious ceremony at the girl's house to pray for the bride and groom. May their marriage always be happy. Fullness. The official wedding was held at 4 p.m. The bride and groom bowed to their parents in the happy atmosphere of the wedding. In the sight of the East Island of friends and relatives, Father Toro and Kanchana offer to marry each other. This is the 3rd year they've lived together before officially entering into marriage. Those years have allowed them to build a foundation, feeling steady, understand each other before getting married. After the wedding, the dinner party begins. Everyone enjoy together. The food is local. Everyone is happy to laugh and give best wishes to the bride and groom. However, even in this exciting atmosphere, the groom and the bride seem to have had an argument. Then people see the groom Chaturong sad, sitting alone at the dinner table and not talking to Aya. Some guests have discovered Chaturong doesn't seem right, but they think maybe the groom drank a lot of alcohol, so the emotions become unsettled. After stopping the argument, people continue to enjoy the delicious food until about 11:30 p.m. The Chaturong stood up and walked straight to the door. This unusual act is immediately noticeable from the guests. Around there becomes quiet. Some of the guests began to whisper loudly. There are 2 guests who have approached the bride Kanchana to ask her why the groom was behaving this way. This time Chaturong back to the party with a pensive expression on his face. One hand he put in his pocket. When he appeared, the guests' voices also disappeared. Everyone watches the groom's every move. Not long after, Chaturong suddenly took out of his pocket a gun and shooting continuously. 12 in just 20 seconds. The bride and some of the people around her fell. Screams and calls for help rang out constantly. All the guests ran away. Chaturong then ended his own life. When the groom fell down, some guests, after they calmed down, called the police. Immediately, police officers were at the scene. They were amazed at the view of the nest. To celebrate a wedding, many broken tables and chairs, broken objects and beer bottles all over the place. The most shocking thing, there are 5 people in the center of the wedding. There are also some guests hiding in different corners. According to the initial police investigation, are 3 people identified, and the sign of survival is the Kanchana bride, with mom and sister. The other 2 were guests at the party. They're talking to the bride at first, but when I saw the Chaturong holding a gun at the bride, they tried to stop it but failed. And then they both got shot. A 50-year-old guest named Thong Nan Kunta did not survive after being shot. One guest left too. 8 years old named Bamroom Chaterat. Shot in the left side of the hip and seriously injured. He was then transferred to the emergency hospital. At the scene, police have collected 10 in total of 13 9mm shells. It's all from the 6-gun Chaturong. Take it from your car. The police said. Chaturong was a 6-man Marine at the Chonburi Provincial Naval Base. At first I had a pretty open future. But in one mission, you've been hit by a train with your right leg. This accident forced me to retire, parting ways with a career in the Navy that he loved so much, even though life has big events. But Chaturong still works hard and never gives up. He moved to forest protection. In the process of doing this work, I found another way for my life, having served in the Navy. So Chaturong has good physical strength. He started his sports career for the disabled and become a professional athlete, thanks to a very hard training process. You show your talent in the field of swimming and shooting. To 2002, Chaturong representing Thailand team, participating in the ASEAN Disability Games. The 11th edition was held in Indonesia. The contest lasts a week. Chaturong competed in 2 events, swimming and archery. He finally won a silver medal in swimming and become an example of relentless effort. 12,000 Snow 100 to be in Lampuri province. Thailand has another international sports competition for people with disabilities. This time is a week after Chaturong's wedding. I was going to enter the contest, and everyone hopes you can do it again. Shine on the playing field, but did not expect what happened at the wedding. Made all the plans and finished. Can't be done. Kanchana bride is 44 years old and a beauty. You have a funny personality. She is friendly and has a lot of beauty. It makes many people jealous. Kanchana, I had a broken marriage with my previous husband and have 2 children. Although she is 15 years older than Chaturong, but the age difference, it's not an obstacle in their relationship. Because Kanchana is an expert in the field of beauty, so you're very focused on skincare. It's hard to see signs of wrinkles on her face. That's why very few people can see it. The age difference between Kanchana when she goes next to Chaturong. Before getting married, Kanchana and Chaturong, we lived together for 3 years. During this time period, Kanchana, they are responsible for taking care of their 2 children. With ex-husband, she often visits her ex-husband's house to meet you. However, also because of this that Chaturong feel dissatisfied for having a beautiful girlfriend. Gentle, so Chaturong always feel nervous every time Kanchana talks to another man. This caused the 2 to quarrel several times. For Kanchana, she understood that Chaturong could be out of jealousy due to high ownership. So, I don't blame you too much. But you don't dig too deep more about your feelings. It's just that it's a situation. Small in life. Usual day. It doesn't affect the relationship of the 2. Because you always think visiting your ex-husband's house alone, just to see you, not to look back, or have any ambiguity with the old relationship, both. During living with Chaturong, Kanchana always abides by its own responsibility for this relationship, because you were also married, so you understand how to maintain a good relationship. For the past 3 years, Kanchana always try to understand and be tolerant with your boyfriend, trying to build a foundation for a new family, but it's not as simple as you think. After the incident at the wedding, the police asked for more information from some friends and relatives of the bride and groom. According to a close friend of Chaturong, revealed although Chaturong has made many achievements, but in fact, he's not confident. As the appearance often shows, I've always been self-deprecating about the age difference between me and Kakana, the difference in life experience, and also our own weaknesses. You always see that I am not equal any other healthy man. Even if Kanchana always shows tolerance, stay close and encourage me. Even the Kanchana are more gentle. Chaturong is even more afraid of losing the enemy. I always thought that one day, Kanchana, just meet a man with better conditions. She'll be able to leave at any time. Every time Kanchana visits her ex-husband's house to see her 2 children, Chaturong always thought that people see visiting you as a reason. In fact, let her date her ex-husband. I always compare myself not to my girlfriend's ex-husband, and worry about the future. Kanchana will abandon herself. to get back together with the Kier man. Psychologists say the self-deprecation and jealousy of Chaturong. It's something that needs to be addressed by sitting down and talking. This kind of feeling comes from your consciousness about self-worth. Psychologists also believe that if Kanchana can realize earlier than the struggle torn in the soul of Chaturong, I could have found a way to help him solve it. Negative emotions. It builds your trust in yourself and marriage is more positive, and avoid the tragedies that can happen. One of the guests at the wedding said, at the party, Chaturong and Kanchana had an argument. Even though they both tried to lower their voices, I don't want to affect other guests, but the argument can't be easily ended. The guest sitting nearby heard a few words. According to information from this guest, Chaturong was very angry. Her face flushed and Kanchana seemed quite calm. From the sound of two people arguing, the guest heard dimly that Chaturong wants Kanchana withdraw a portion of the wedding money received to pay for wedding expenses. This is also seen as an investment into the relationship of both. However, Kanchana rejected the offer at the time. Chaturong, I didn't expect to get such an answer. He immediately became very angry. I suppose Kanchana rejected me. It is because you will definitely leave me in the future to find another man. Then he sat alone at the dinner table and drank. Maybe this made Chaturong remember the old things. Along with psychology, self-deprecation and jealousy are available in the bosom of Chaturong long ago. Makes me think more. The more I feel calm. However, there are a lot of guests at the wedding, so Chaturong was forced to stop arguing with Kanchana, and so the anger comes to a head. But there's no room to discharge. I made a sudden move to get up and leave the table. And go get your gun in your car. According to the investigative agency, the guns and bullets that Chaturong used in this case, all purchased legally. Because you have experience in the military. So after 5, I have a shooting hobby, a 70-year-old neighbor near the scene said. He heard a loud sound coming out at night. They thought people were setting off firecrackers. Happy wedding. They later found out it was a gunshot. Decisive VI act of Chaturong. It's out of scope of a normal person. Psychologists say that expression of Chaturong, it could be a sign of mental illness that led him to commit extreme VI. However, to determine if he's mentally ill, it takes a scientific evaluation to come to a conclusion. After the incident happened, relatives held a funeral for the Kanchana bride. With your mother and sister, and the groom Chaturong was taken to the temple in his hometown of Phai Mai district. Another guest unfortunately passed away, also accepted by the family, and take it to another temple in Phai Mai district. Wedding. It's actually one of the most joyful occasions of human life, but the groom Chaturong after drinking. I couldn't control my emotions and create this tragedy ourselves. The death of the victims in the case has left a great sadness for their friends and relatives. In Asia, Thailand is one of the countries. There's a percentage of gun ownership and the highest rate of mass shootings. Statistical results show that Thailand has 10,300,000 guns, 15.1% of the population. That's 15 guns for every 100 people. Top of the ASEAN countries. On average per 100,000 people. In Thailand, nearly 4 people have died from gunshot wounds. It ranks second among ASEAN countries after the Philippines. Deputy Prime Minister and Interior Minister of Thailand Anutin Page Virakan, on to be 11 to thousands not hundreds to be a signed an executive order. Suspend gun ownership licenses for a year, in order to curb gun violence. It happens all the time in this country. During that time, I can't believe that after 2 days, there was this bloody wedding. Previously in November, teenage private fired a gun at the shopper in a shopping mall in Bangkok, causing 8 casualties. It happened in the 10th of March 2002 years ago. The police identified the suspect is 14 years old and a student. Tuition fees up to $4,000 equivalent to more than 100,000 per semester. The school is located a short distance from Siam Paragon Shopping Center. There was a shooting just a few meters away. After the incident happened, Thai police have tightened all operations, selling illegal firearms online. The authorities have also arrested some of the suspects, sold guns and ammunition to a 14-year-old boy in the shooting. Guns according to the investigation. This minor suspect, he is also receiving psychiatric treatment. I stopped using the medication for a while. 6/10. The suspect's family apologized to the victim, the families of those killed and injured, for the actions of the son. They were at the Siam Paragon shopping mall. They also claimed to take full responsibility and cooperate with the police investigation. This series of heartbreaking things happened. This caused a stir in Thailand at the time. This also raises the big question to the authorities about the potential risk from owning guns legally in the land of the Golden Temple. Suspend the issuance of gun licenses of the Deputy Prime Minister, cum Interior Minister, Anutin Chanvirakan is an important endeavor. Done. Still need to be accompanied by psychological support measures and community education about emotional management. Only then can society hope to prevent similar tragedies from happening and build a living environment. It's safer for everyone. What do you think about this? Please comment your opinion below. And as usual, if you like this video, I hope you will click on the like button. This video will reach more people with a passion for detective stories and crime solving. And thank you very much. See you guys later in other classic cases on the Real Case channel.